Is it that there's so much clutter that it tripped you over, you fell, broke your leg? No. Because that would require an increased vibration on that point to make that happen. But there's small things that you're seeing. In the same way you go into the street, occasionally you'll hear someone complain about something. Well, you manifested it. But maybe that wasn't complaining, it wasn't affecting you. They weren't complaining about you. But you manifested that to be there because there was a thought at some time. It created reality. Namaste everyone, welcome to another episode of the
Creator Show.
And today we're going to be speaking on the topic of manifestation. And a lot of people always say they have certain doubts and fears, and what happens when the doubts and fears also manifest. And that's the main problem usually when it comes to law of attraction and manifestation. So we have a nice panel of different personalities, I would say, which were from different walks of life and different cultures, which will probably give a little insight for you guys to, I guess, better your manifestations. We're going to start with the introduction. On that side we have...
Man.
Wow. Always so much energy. That's very beautiful.
I think that's the most energy I've seen him.
Hey?
That's the most energy I've seen him.
Yeah. What? Today? Or and then we have...
Kaina.
That's
me.
Then
and
we have...
Simba.
Joshua Andre.
How come you haven't cut your hair?
What do you mean?
Like, what's happening?
It has been cut.
What?
Yeah.
No.
A few months back.
No.
Few months back, yeah.
What's happening? I
Yeah.
thought
It's
you always
grown.
like
I'm
very like about that hairline
Yeah,
and
but,
everything.
you know, I'm just testing like different looks out, seeing what
It's going
it
for
looks
the
Testing.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford. Why? What do you reckon?
Oh, you're
Oh.
going for that look.
Yeah, I'm going for a different look.
The missing penalty look. It's tough, no? For those guys.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
they manifested?
They're getting
That's what
bullied
I'm
so
saying.
much.
Hey, actually, this is a very good topic to talk about because obviously we just watched the final. Where were you when we were watching the final?
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
You were supposed to be there.
Everyone was
He
saying.
was
Everyone
doing
was saying
something.
England's coming home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. England came home.
No trophy.
Just
Actually,
with no trophy. Just the
yes.
trophy didn't come home. That's
Yeah.
all. The trophy went abroad, but England came home
They
for
did
sure.
come home.
They played
yeah.
really well though, up until finals. They played really well up
They-
until
No,
they
finals.
even
did
the
play.
finals, I think they played very good. It's
For the first
just
20 minutes they did.
unlucky.
They did
Yeah.
play well. They did play well, but it was interesting because first 20 minutes they were very good, but it was very interesting because I was saying, and I don't think people people don't watch football thinking about manifestation, but when I watch football, I think about manifestation. It's really interesting because you could see when it was 1-0, you could feel the energy. It was very different. Like England was like, we won this already. You
Yeah.
could see the energy was really, really good. And then what happened was when it became 1-1, you started seeing a lot of this type of thing in the crowd,
Yep.
and a lot of this type of thing in this crowd, and a lot of this type of thing in the crowd. and then when you start to see that, what I was seeing was I was like, hey, and I think it was Hassan was telling me how many people was watching the match at the time. 65 million. Hey, 65
Wow.
Million.
No, but how many people were in the stadium at the time?
67,000.
67,000.
60 to England.
So there's 67,000 people in the stadium, and only how many of Italian fans?
7.
Only 7,000 of Italian fans. So you got like what, 50 plus thousand England fans who are all in that moment when it's 1-1. How do you feel? It's like nerve-wracking, right? You're like, no, whenever Italy gets the ball, it's like, shit, right? So with 50,000 people in one space with doubt and fear vibration, what does it attract?
More of it.
Now that's really interesting because when they're winning, you would think that, hey, there's more England fans there, so England's got more power behind them. But at the same time, when we always say you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are, and in that stadium at the time was 50 plus thousand people vibrating at doubt
And not just
fear.
that, at home as well. Even more.
And at home,
But in actual
That's
fact,
it.
Yeah.
before the game even started,
yeah.
maybe
Everybody already had it. Let me tell you something.
was-
It doesn't matter. The biggest England fans at that moment, they didn't really think they were. Let me tell you something. They were hopeless. Come on. I mean, look, I support England too, right? Like, we want England to win. Like we're like fingers crossed, legs crossed, toes crossed, everything, right? But like,
I was even surprised that they scored in the first 2 minutes. I was like,
well, were you not also surprised that they won the Denmark match as well?
Yeah,
were you not surprised that they got
massively.
come on, the whole of England was surprised they got that far.
I mean,
And so, while on the prefrontal cortex, we're talking about on the conscious
going
mind.
deep.
When we're talking about on the conscious side, yes, everybody's like, yeah, England's going to win and England's going to win. But subconsciously, come on, did Hassan, did you have an element of fear? Doubt? Of course
Yeah.
you did, right? Being an England fan. So let's put that into consideration now. You're talking about, we're talking about manifestation, consciously observing everything. What's your take on it?
I reckon before a football match, the fans should be taught how to meditate and manifest together.
Do you know what I said? I said during that match, we should have spoke to the Queen and said, let me initiate a 35,000 people meditation. Could you imagine everybody's like singing their national anthems and everything like that, and all we're doing is omming.
I reckon that's a good
High
chance.
vibes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I believe we could om the trophy back.
What did they do in rugby? It's like the opposite to that.
What
the
do we do?
haka.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's New Zealand.
Haka.
Oh no, but in rugby they start in the Rugby World Cup they start off like that.
Yeah.
They just do some crazy like face movements and everything like that.
But they're like affirmation, but that's good too. Affirmations and stuff, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe consider this if Southgate is actually watching this right now. Consider next time bringing us on. We'll do our work and just watch the magic happen.
Yeah.
I
think
reckon it
will be
would
good.
work. I
Mhm.
really reckon it would work.
Everyone
But
holding
it just
hands around the stadium.
it just depends if they're willing to split test and allow us to do it in the World Cup next year.
No place
Yes,
like the
next
World
year.
Cup to start. I
Could you
reckon.
imagine
I reckon so. That means that like
all England fans holding hands, eyes closed all the way through the match, visualizing? They would want to open it. They would sneak.
It's like we don't need to talk about the strategy, who needs to bring on or who needs to be sent off. We just tell them, okay, we need to manifest more. That's the problem, guys. You're not manifesting enough.
No, but serious. No, look, okay. Jokes aside.
that was a joke.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But like we're talking about this thing like it's a joke. But serious or no serious.
Right.
Like this is real.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you get this through to the not so conscious athletes?
If we was to show them first,
Show
then-
them that we can kick their
Yeah,
ass.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe
With
maybe,
our team.
Maybe our football team we do it first. We beat England and then we show them why.
Wait.
Yeah, result speaks louder,
Yeah.
right?
Wait,
So
wait.
we're doing a test with our next group.
No. There's a missing part. Actually, no. Okay. That itself is not true. It requires the physical. Remember, we are lacking training, and we only.
But
only
they're
started
lacking
playing,
manifestation.
like, a few months ago, they started playing when they were in the
Womb.
womb. Yeah,
But spiritual is more
But
powerful than physical.
we need to look the part.
spiritual
as
is more powerful than physical. That's true.
But you can't win just based on spiritual. If you
But
if
no,
you're
we've
getting
got zero
tired out of
physical,
breath
though.
at the
We've
end
got
of
zero
the
physical.
I'd say a bit more than zero. Like we scored a couple goals.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
against
our
us-
small- have you seen how small our pitch is?
Maybe we should.
Theirs is at least
do you know
3 times
this,
longer.
When we play football, when we get newbies in who don't really play at all, it feels good to still weave in and out, and it's like you feel like
It's been a while
Ronaldo.
since we had
You
a
feel
newbie
like
though.
Ronaldo in that moment, don't you? You do feel that way, and then you'll realize one day when we actually play people who play football
We've actually got an upcoming match
that
with
we
the,
are like
with the
Burton
Birds and
Waters.
Waters
proper
community.
people.
What?
Who?
The proper people.
What do you mean?
I mean, have you guys seen like how the other people play in Active Arena?
Oh right.
Like
yeah.
they've been eyeing up on us, even the little kids.
You think we'll play
Even
them
the
soon?
little kids.
Yeah, they're like, oh, who are these guys? Like,
Could you imagine?
Have they got a team
None
going?
of us will feel like Ronaldo anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I was
Something.
feeling like Ronaldo in the first place. Not gonna lie.
but I think
nice.
it's fun to talk about.
What
Like
do you mean?
talking about how each person is going to be positioned. We haven't even decided on our goalie. Who's going to be our goalie?
Dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
That's the best keeper.
Yeah, he is for sure.
I think we should overlay some footage of us playing football so anyone watching this can actually see what we're talking about. Why are you guys looking
I
so
think
scared?
all the
you guys
footage
looking
we
so scared?
have
And then,
is of
and then they can realize
being
even
tackled.
spiritual powers will not be able to save us in that moment.
Yeah, you can own as much as you want, but you can't own from a diving tackle.
You see, this is actually a good point as well with manifestation, because so many of especially our tribe is always like, Master, how do I manifest good grades in an exam? I'm like,
learn.
read the books,
Learn the
study,
things.
spend the hours there. I think that this is a good conversation, because what we're saying here is like, we can be as connected as we want to be, but if our physical hasn't got the years of training in football, you fancy your chances?
Yeah. By minute 20, we're already out of breath. You can see our teams.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? Do you reckon in life then people should focus on physical? Like if they had to choose, physical first or spiritual first?
As in, like,
Like whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's, I don't know, manifesting stuff.
but
I
why is
don't-
there a choice for one or the other?
He just likes first and second. He doesn't like both.
Think about the question.
Why can't we just do it both at the
No,
same
no, no.
time?
I think it's more to say that I feel that obviously spiritual side, we need to be calm, at peace, trusting, things like that. That needs to be there. But talking about enhanced spirituality, I'm talking about like next level manifestation, outer dimension stuff. The majority is not really capable of doing that right now. So therefore, doing actual physical practice will beat trying
Spiritual.
to go out of dimension and create some reality, you know?
So what Master just said is for those who want to be really connected and who needs a lot of help in physical, you need to work on physical.
Yeah, well,
get
it's just
alcohol.
it's like people who say, Master, how do I manifest losing weight? I'm like,
Just lose weight.
you got to eat less carbs, eat less sugar, and do
Work
some
out.
cardio, you know? You
Yeah.
get the cardio going and be sweating there every day. And there's no way that anybody could be sweating like that and cutting carbs and cutting sugar and still putting on weight, because where will it come from, you know? It doesn't come from thin air. So,
Were you saying something very interesting the other day about this, right? About how like some people who do a lot of exercise and stuff, but then still find it hard to lose weight. What?
hard.
But not impossible.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that is something. Well, hard, yeah. When it comes to, so there we're bridging the gap again, saying that yes, on a spiritual level, is there something going on? Of course there is. Energetic level, do we have stuck energies? Of course there is. Do we have blockages? Of course there is. Do we have certain things like past life and future and karma and destiny? Of course there is. But then physical can already do a lot, you know? I think I think the best way is to say, if you've exhausted your full physical potential, and then, but by that time, once you've exhausted that, you would have a level of success already. Then you maximize by enhancing your spiritual awareness and consciousness and practices that will only take results through the roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that-
right now, if you're not exhausted your physical yet, but you do have an understanding about the spiritual, are you able to combine the both then? And what's the best way to combine the both?
I think I actually I picked up on something you just said there, because it's like if you become aware of the spiritual, right? Becoming aware of the spiritual, I think that initially becomes a problem.
Because you're too
Oh,
focused.
because you keep
well-
overthinking everything.
No. If you become aware of the, let's say somebody who's not aware of the spiritual can drink normal water
And feel good.
and feel good.
Yep.
Somebody who's aware, more conscious, now is like, this is going to kill me, that's going to kill me, this isn't good for me, that's going to... And then their thought creates a new reality. So I think there's a... Yeah, that first transition becomes a problem too. It's like conscious and spiritual people. I mean, you have so many people even in our space who always come up to us and say, oh my God, I'm such an empath and I feel everybody's energies. How do I protect myself? I'm absorbing all these energies. And it's like, So being able to be an empath or being sensitive to energies or aware of energies is
Might not
supposed to be a
even,
good
yeah.
thing, right? But then they got a different struggle
Mm.
going on. So I think that becomes a journey in itself. I think the answer to your question is people need to find guidance. They need a mentor, a coach, a spiritual master, or someone to be able to continuously question these things,
Mhm.
and then slowly evolve through time. And it will take time.
Do you think it comes to a point where someone like, for example, one of our viewers might be saying, Master, I'm trying my best to find a master or be able to find a mentor or someone to be able to guide me, but for some reason I'm trying, but no one seems to get back to me, or whenever I keep trying, like it seems I'm going 2 steps back. So what would be your recommendation, like how to find someone to be able to guide you?
Well, they just need to find what depends what type of person they're wanting to guide. If they see somebody, a coach, a mentor, and they want guidance from that person, then they should just reach out, email them, message them, find them on the website,
Yeah.
stalk them.
I used to have that question.
We need to be careful now.
Josh, I'm
Turn off notifications.
We've had that a few times before. People just rocking up.
Yeah.
I should not give anybody ideas.
I'm surprised more people
We've
don't
got
do that.
double security gates now.
Triple.
Triple. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I used to think that because I used to see people saying, "Oh, I've got this mentor, I've got this person," and I used to watch. I used to be like, "That's kind of cool," but like, where are people finding these mentors from? Like, where are people finding these people from? And then all of a sudden, it just happened.
It just happened. Your badge. Where's your badge?
My badge. Oh yeah, this is my first thing.
What?
His first mentorship.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Then he got his mentorship.
This is my first mentorship.
Explain how
Ta-da!
Wow.
So explain how did you get your mentorship?
Which
badge?
event was this?
This was
GIs.
so what we do, basically manifest the miracles. What we do now.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Explain what?
Super.
So explain. Answer his question. He said how.
So
How did you get mentored?
So
You pay and you get mentored.
That's the
It's-
fastest way of doing it.
That's the fastest.
It's the same
for
thing.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
like it doesn't matter who you take. It doesn't even if you want to get mentored by Warren Buffett for a dinner, you pay $300K. Okay, have dinner. There you go. There's your mentorship.
I know a lot of people hearing that will be like 300K. Like, who would ever pay 300K for a dinner? But it's crazy when you think about when
The
you
person
change
who
your mindset.
values it.
Yeah, that's it. When you change your mindset to realize like the value of just even one dinner with someone like that.
No, I think people don't. I think people don't think about. They don't think about what may come back. They think about what's going out, and then they fear it. Then, therefore, they're manifesting their fear as well.
Yeah. But it's very easy for people to, go buy the latest iPhone or the latest PlayStation.
But not with 300K though.
I mean, I guess so.
But
Like,
I guess that can compare with let's say a personal development program or something like that.
yeah.
Like people are always. I always say that people can fork out 500 go to a Beyonce concert, but 100 to change your life around or 300 to change your life around is kind of like that's a lot of money.
I reckon it's because like people don't see, because like if you think about it, those people who buy the Beyonce ticket or the iPhone, they see what they're getting out of it. They say, oh, I'm going to go to that concert, see that person. Then they kind of know what they're getting from it. But then I guess with whether it's mentorship or bettering their lives or something, I guess they don't really see. They just
Do you reckon it's because they've got a fear? Well, maybe one of the fear is that they don't have confidence that they can make it. Like, okay, let's say for example,
No, I don't think
put
it's that at all.
300K.
I think it's purely down to conditioning. It's just like we're conditioned to a consumer market. That's what we are conditioned for. We're conditioned to spend money. We're conditioned to swipe our credit cards to buy things that. Like when have you seen like a TV ad where it's telling you to learn about investing in property? Yeah, at the same time, most wealth is generated through property and real estate. But you've never seen that ad. But you will see an ad on 0% finance, go on holiday, 0% finance, this credit card, 0% finance, buy this new sofa, Everything's a consumer market, so we've been fed that it's you're supposed to buy these things. You're supposed to buy liabilities, you're supposed to pay for liabilities, but nobody ever told us that
it'd be really cool.
we should pay for education. Well, actually, no, they tell us we should pay for education, formal education, but nobody tells us to invest in personal development education, and that's the problem.
I think what would be really cool is if you was to see someone come into this world without going through the conditioning and see like what they would do from like whether it's from a young age or teenage or adult, and just see the difference. What would happen? That would be a cool concept.
Okay, we'll take your children and test it out.
Whoa.
Go make some now.
Josh. A/B split test.
A/B split
You need to have
test.
2 at the same time.
Minimum
Twins.
two
Yeah.
kids.
One you
with formal
condition and
education.
one without conditioning.
Okay.
Find out which
A/B
one.
split test. Your kids. Your kids. Your kids. Your kids. Both all A/B split test.
Okay.
And then we'll see. That's a fair test. If we split test enough kids, then it's a fair test.
Can you imagine telling them, like, whilst they're growing up, like, Mom and Dad, why am I in this world? Because you're an AB split.
You are A and you are B.
That's it.
How did you decide who's A and B? Rock, paper, scissors. No, I reckon it may lose a bit of the fun though.
Mm.
Do you not feel? Is that people in homeschooling?
Mm.
It's a bit like that,
Yeah.
no? Like homeschooling to a lot of people who like wanna like the system is bad and not teaching people anything, and it's a waste of time and things like that.
But you're
and it's
missing
homeschooling,
the
but then
whole experience of actually
but then
going
I think
through it.
people miss a bit of that human experience.
Mm.
Like you didn't when people were chilling out in the playground with their friends, and when people grow up, the common stories and relatability that people can speak about. You know, having physical education and sports and all this type of stuff.
Yeah. Friends.
Hanging out different places.
You know, the day of the finals of the football? That was also
You
the
skipped very quickly.
No, that was
shows how his brain works.
It's like, why do we
School,
stop talking about football?
football.
Football.
But before that, did you know that Richard Branson also went to go out to space for the
Oh
first time?
yeah.
Do you think because the human world of humanity is shifting into multi-existence, where we're going to be in the future, not just situated in Earth, but then in other planets, do you think conditioning is still going to be the same as in other planets? So when we talk about how,
but if it's humans taking a society to a different place, then the conditioning will be very similar to human based, because that's all humans know.
so you don't think
to
the
work.
environment of that, let's say for example, if we do
It would if we let them out to space. Right? That's the only way. If we let them out to space and we built the culture, then the culture will be different. But if it's the
Same
other
people.
then it's the leaders right now, then it's going to be the same, because that's how this country is also led, and the world is being led right now.
So,
Yeah. So that's our only way now. Take
we
people
go
to space.
so coming back onto manifestation, can I ask a little deep question?
Of course.
So, last night I had a thought,
Okay.
and I'll try to make it easy to understand.
Okay.
But basically, you know how you explain that when you trying to manifest something, you manifest what you are. So if you're doubting and fearing, that will become your reality and not what you're wanting. So what if you're trying to manifest something, or you're trying to think or visualize about something? So you're there thinking or visualizing, and then this, because of the human mind being so conditioned, this slight thought or doubt or fear goes through your mind. And you're like, oh shit, there was a doubt or fear. And you acknowledge it, you know about it. Is it now your visualization, your manifestation is doomed? Like, oh, it's been there. The thought came through, the doubt came through. So therefore, what you're manifesting right now is already the doubt and fear. Or because you're aware that that was a doubt or that was a fear, now you can somehow
hack it.
undo it or something. Undo that thought.
So time is a what does Esther Hicks talks about, 17 seconds.
Something like, yeah, second.
Yeah.
Second rule.
Time for a thought to become a big vibration, it takes time for that to happen. So if I say on 3, 2, 1, everybody be angry. No, stop smiling. Be angry. Why are you guys smiling? Be angry. Right. Right now you're finding it a little bit tough, but I think that I think there is a way. I reckon if I give you a few minutes
You think about something
by
that makes you
yourself,
angry.
I reckon you can get yourself into some sort of anger. I think you can, or be sad, or be happy, or be in love. It will take some time. So what happened? Be angry was there, thought came, but it wasn't a big vibration. And so I think that's one thing.
Right.
But at the same time, thought goes to creation. So, but that's why we see so much. Let's look at this room. There's clutter everywhere, right? You
No,
see
it's very, very nice. Our space is very nice.
But you see there's clutter everywhere. So we manifested this. We don't know how. We will never know how, because how can you assess every clutter that's happening in your brain? But this is the result. And the combination of all of us is the result. So we manifest everything. Is it that there's so much clutter that it tripped you over, you fell, broke your leg? No. Because that would require an increased vibration on that point to make that happen. But there's small things that you're seeing. In the same way you go into the street, occasionally you'll hear someone complain about something. Well, you manifested it. But maybe that wasn't complaining, it wasn't affecting you. They weren't complaining about you. But you manifested that to be there because there was a thought at some time. It created reality. If that thought went longer, then maybe they would look at you and complain about you. You get what I'm saying? And then it just amplified each, depending on how intense it is and how focused it is, how much it will show up to you. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess a bit, but then it is also kind of, it can be a little bit scary to then even attempt trying to manifest something, because you're like, what if the doubts come through, then you will for sure manifest it more powerfully because you focused on it.
But you're speaking like manifestation is a choice. You're saying, but you're saying that, well, then we shouldn't go and manifest. But it's like, but what do you mean? But you don't get a choice whether you go to manifest
you
or not.
wouldn't go and actually sit down, take the time to sit down and think about something you want.
Why not?
Because then it's more powerful when a doubt comes through, no? Because you're focusing, and then when a doubt comes through, you're like, oh no, it's there, and then you're focusing more and more on it.
Yeah, but then you'll need to hit it hard with a pattern interrupt and then get rid of it. If you're conscious about it, if you're very conscious in that moment and then a doubt comes in, then you do something or think of something that gives you a pattern interrupt. It gets rid of the thing, then you're back onto what you focus on again. So that's just practice though.
And what if okay, so then you're back on the focus and you're like thinking, because you just thought about it, so like you're focusing back on the focus, like, well, I did just before thought about it. Oh wait, okay, let's focus again. Like if it comes back multiple times, will it then be more?
Or you could do the transfer deal. Like let's say for example you have a doubt and you have a fear and you can't physically get rid of it. Visualize yourself giving the doubt and fear to man.
Wait, you can do that.
Just visualize. Okay, I'm passing that over to man. Then it'll be gone.
And then what happens, man?
Then you'll have to pass it on. Pass the parcel.
Never ending transfer of
to all the
energies.
listeners, that was a joke, by the way.
You can do that.
Please don't
They're
pass
actually
it on.
gonna try.
But you can pass it through out to universe. That is actually meditation. So light a fire, send it out, get rid of it. That's a good way to do it. Or pass it to man.
So it is.
Man will be like one day, why am I receiving all these messages? Where is it coming from?
So it's not undoable.
We've got 10,000 viewers.
Guys.
Guys, please, no, don't do it.
So it's not undoable, but you're able to decrease the effect of it.
undo.
So once the doubt comes through and you acknowledge it,
Yeah.
you can't undo it because it's been there. But
You can. That is too deep for this this show, this episode,
Oh.
because that will be entering, re-entering into past, changing from past dimension, and then coming back again. So
Wow.
that is possible, yes, but it's not. Again, people need guidance when they have practice. then you can do certain things like that as well.
That's cool.
So
This
does that
is
tell
the
me? Can you tell me now?
And then Matt's like, okay, so anyway, the football.
I was just gonna say this is the kind of dialogue that kind of nicely pointed out. You know, it's the things that people do think about. You know, when they're more conscious about manifestation. Oh, if I'm thinking about this now, I'm manifesting more. Or how can I stop it? Or what else can I do in order to keep my mind off it so that I can stay in the positive vibration? You know, this is what people do think about, and how is another question. And I think what Master said was, you know, it's not easy, but it's easy at the same time. It's one of those things. It's kind of not a yes or no answer, but it's a gray area. Like,
Thank you. You really summed it up.
yes.
Now,
I'm
on that gray area from man, we're going to leave it there. Everybody's gray at the end of this. Anyway, we will need to finish there because of time. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in. And if you are left in the gray area, don't worry about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and tune in. We're here every week on what day? Mondays every week with the Creator Show. So we're here and we can continue these this dialogue and these questions. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment below with your questions below, or any ideas on any topics you would like us to speak on. Maybe there's certain things you're going through or certain challenges you're facing and you'd like us to cover it. Make sure to comment below and then we will consider it for the next show. Other than that, I'd like to thank Man, Kaina, and Joshua for an amazing space today where we were just having this jam session in this flow state. And I'm going to finish there. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button if you got anything out of it whatsoever. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year we're dedicated to making every Monday videos. Told you accountable to make it your best year yet. But we're signing out now. Love and prayers to all. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.